You're not gonna believe what just happened in New York, because for the first time in a long time, a federal court just told a powerful state official, you can't silence these voices. And for millions of Americans who care about life, faith, and freedom, this ruling feels like a breath of hope. Why? Because they dared to talk about something controversial, something the government says women shouldn't even hear about. It's called abortion pill reversal, or APR. A treatment rooted in given supplemental progesterone, a naturally occurring hormone, to try to counteract a medication-induced abortion. Now let's be clear. The medical world is deeply divided. Some say it's hope. Some say it's unproven. Some say women deserve the right to try. Others want it banned entirely. But here's the heart of this story. New York didn't just disagree. They tried to shut people up. And that's exactly where the U.S. Court of Appeals stepped in, with a message that echoes far beyond New York. The First Amendment still matters. Imagine a young woman who took the first abortion pill and instantly felt fear wash over her. Her heart racing, her mind spinning. She calls a pregnancy center, not for politics, not for debate, but for help. She wants information, a conversation, a chance, even if small, to choose life. But this entire lawsuit aimed to make sure she never hears that information, to erase it from ads, websites, brochures, even conversations. That's where many people felt the line was crossed. Because whether you support APR or question it, silencing hope is something that hits deep in the American soul. A unanimous panel, yes, unanimous, said New York can't treat these centers like criminals for speaking words rooted in religious belief, moral conviction, and a genuine desire to help. Judge Joseph Bianco wrote that these groups have the right to share what they believe, to speak from faith, to give information to women who ask for it, without needing permission from the government. The court said these pregnancy centers ain't selling anything. They're not performing the treatment. They're not making a profit. So this isn't commercial speech. This is faith-driven compassion. This is morally motivated counseling. This is protected speech. And the judges, from both political backgrounds, stood together on this one. That's extremely rare today. And maybe that's what makes this ruling so powerful. When people across the political spectrum agree that speech must stay free. For years, crisis pregnancy centers have been on the front lines, offering diapers, ultrasounds, counseling, prayer, and a shoulder to cry on. They don't always have giant budgets or political influence. What they do have is heart. So when New York Attorney General Letitia James sued 11 centers earlier this year, accusing them of misleading the public for talking about APR, the message felt chilling. And yes, that's the word the court used. Chilled. As in the government's threat scared these groups into silence. But faith refuses to be quiet. Compassion refuses to be quiet. Hope refuses to be quiet. And this court agreed. Medication abortion now makes up more than 60% of all abortions in America. And mifepristone, the first pill, has become the center of national debate. Supporters of APR believe progesterone could give women a chance to reverse that decision. Opponents say it's unproven and potentially unsafe. But again, this case wasn't about forcing anyone to use APR. Wasn't about requiring doctors to offer it. It was about something much simpler and much deeper. Can Americans share information their government disagrees with? The court said yes. And the many faith-driven communities, that yes feels like victory, like freedom, like a moment of truth in a world where values often collide. This ruling doesn't end the national debate. It doesn't settle the medical questions. It doesn't erase the pain that so many women and families face in crisis moments, but it does something essential. It protects the right to speak from the heart, to share faith, to offer hope, to believe in life, even when the world calls it controversial. And at the end of the day, that's what America is supposed to stand for. Not silence, not fear, not punishment for what you believe. So here's the real question this ruling leaves us with. In a nation built on freedom, who gets to decide which words are allowed? Think about that and let it echo. Because cases like this shape the soul of America more than we realize.